Hey, Coach, before we go back to last week and your scrimmage and your preparations for this week, talk a little bit about Friday night. Play a Centerville football team that had an excellent year last year, a lot of returning kids. Should be a great matchup.
Well, I mean, I know Centerville should be pretty good again. I know they've moved their quarterback to a running back's position. I saw that on the scrimmage film, and he's running the ball hard. And the kid that played quarterback, he doesn't mind running the ball either. So, you know, they've changed a little bit from last year, but they're still kind of lining up and trying to smash a little bit and trying to maul you a little bit. And, you know, they've got some good linemen that get off the ball and get after people. So, you know, they looked pretty efficient in the scrimmage for the most part.
With them having a young quarterback, and probably not going to throw a whole lot, I would imagine, but you try to get to him as much as you can.
Well, yeah, we always want to, but, you know, especially a young kid that, you know, if you can get them in situations where we know that they're probably throwing it, you know, it can help us a little bit, I think, and maybe run some packages that put a little more pressure on. You know, it's hard being back there in the pocket. I mean, you know, we took some lumps last year with the freshmen back there, and you know, I think every year and every time they see a little more and more pressure, you know, we better get to him now, because as he gets older, he's gonna learn how to deal with that.
Coach, to go back to your scrimmage, it sounds like to me from talking to a couple of players, you guys played pretty well.
Overall, I was happy. You know, I thought our physical part of the game was really good for being early, probably as good as it's been over the last 3 or 4 years, just from a physicality standpoint. You know, we had some mental issues, and that happens when I shouldn't say mental issues, but we had some formation issues with, especially with some young kids that are just learning the game, and we switched formations quite a bit in the scrimmage. So, you know, that sometimes we were aligned improperly, and we had, you know, too many guys in the backfield or whatever. But, you know, that's easy to take care of. So, you know, just the mental stuff we can take care of. The physical stuff was good, and I thought a couple of kids really had a pretty good scrimmage for us.
Yeah, you mentioned now Jeremiah didn't play, right? As far as I guess not much, right?
He did not play at all. He'd had a little bit of a nagging injury that we wanted to keep him safe, and I mean, he knows the offense. There's no reason why he needed to be in the scrimmage. So, you know, that gave Sean Suttles a chance to play some fullback, and he did a nice job for us there. You know, it gave us a chance to look at a couple other kids that we normally wouldn't see a lot in a game. So Sean did a nice job at fullback for us, and he's really new to that position as well. And then I thought Alex Hokie at tailback had some really good, some really nice runs. He looked quick, and he looked, you know, he had some nice cuts in there. And actually, you know, even Josh Miles, who's another one of the sophomore kids, had some nice runs for us from tailback as well. So, you know, I'm excited about our kids and the effort that we had, you know, when we weren't making mistakes.
You know, you've got some good young kids, though, don't you?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, our freshman and sophomore class, which is our biggest class with like 21 kids in those two classes, you know, they were undefeated as middle schoolers, you know, and you know, you say, well, you know, middle school and high school is different. Yes, it is, but they've had some of that success, and they know what it's like to win ball games. And, you know, that's something that really makes a difference as you get up and you start getting older, and those 21 kids become 21 juniors and seniors. It's going to make a difference in the program.
From a preparation standpoint this week, as you said, everything correctable? Is everything kind of put together this week, and you're ready to go for Friday night?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as far as, you know, as far as making some little tweaks to what we were doing, and looking at some film and understanding where we need to be better. You know, I think that's one thing that you can tell kids is, you know, you think you're doing something, but watch yourself on film, and then they understand a little bit better about what exactly it takes to get the job done. So, you know, we're looking forward to this week, and, you know, getting out on the field against TEC opponent in the first week.
I know I talked to you about this last time. There's nothing we can do about it, but it is now TEC game first instead of a non-conference game.
Yeah, absolutely, and that makes a big difference. And, you know, as coaches, we feel the need to be much more prepared early, you know, because every game counts now. You know, we don't play our non-conference till week 9. So our first 8 games are conference games, so that matters. And that's what trying to get the kids to understand that matters. You know, and that's something that, you know, we talk about all the time, and I think it's in their minds. I think they understand that. It's just a matter of executing now and putting the game plan together and doing what we know we can.